SeaWorld San Diego. For 60 years now, it's been here in Mission Bay as one of our main tourist attractions. But in the broader amusement park world, it never has brought the same excitement that even its sister parks have. And it never will. So why is that? It's honestly not even entirely their own fault, and it has a lot to do with the unique coastal location here. My name's Trevy James. It's a perfect day here in San Diego. I got the croaky strapped on. It's time to kick off this little creative endeavor that I call the best Coaster Enthusiast Rapper Alive. For us enthusiast types, our home parks certainly play a pivotal role in shaping our passion for this hobby. I, for one, can attribute a lot of my early passion for this from my childhood days of going to Disneyland. It's a blessing to be able to see that park young, but for me as a kid from San Diego, no park has shaped my passion for this more than SeaWorld. But while so many of us grow up watching the evolution of the Cedar Points of the world, the Universals, the Busch Gardens parks, the various Six Flags, even with all their problems, I was sitting here back in the day longing for a day when some actual thrills could come to this park. And while that vision is more of a reality today than it was back then, this park's still never really gonna blow you away. I mean, unless it's a peak crowd season, you could probably get through this lineup in like half a day, realistically. We have our two low-to-the-ground, twisty launch coasters that pretty much do the same thing, just with different style seating. We have probably the middle tier of the three Atlantis rides, a smaller scale, fun, but extremely short B&M dive, a Rapids ride that's closed a lot these days, and this fucking thing. I'm sorry, Premier, I just don't like this model, man. It's like a carnival ride. Like something I plot down on a small plot of land on roller coaster tycoon. Oh shit! Oh, my lap bar just got tighter. Oh. Thankfully, I'm comfortable with my comfort. Let's take it back to the early 2000s. Back then, the only fun-ish thing you could do here was the old Wild Arctic simulator. I rode that thing so much that I could still quote it to this day.
Whoa, that narwhal almost came in for a visit.
And then around 2003, construction started on our version of Journey to Atlantis. I was fucking stoked, man. Hold that thought. Woo! Oh, you get it good in the back. Anyway. I was fucking stoked when this thing started getting constructed here. I had seen photos and videos of the Orlando version, and I was just dreaming of having something like that here. I even remember following an old construction progress blog back in the day. Even got a writer in with the site's editor back during pass holder previews here. If you're out there, whoever, wherever you are, my friend, enough respect to you. Oh, wow. But then, it was just kind of a whatever ride. It didn't have the same cool facade as Orlando. No dark ride elements. Just this weird, technically faulty elevator lift that I'm about to enter right now. Like, at this point, it's genuinely, like, kind of creepy in here. Like, not in a fun way. But here goes nothing.
We made our feet and made it before. We're in the science program. Legend says any sun movement will lead to a sign of the ground. I'm going to take a picture. Quick, let's get inside.
Let's get inside. Darkness.
This is our only chance
Nothing
to
cool in
escape.
here.
We're trapped in
So
Atlantis
weird.
forever.
Let's do this. Yeah. Woo! early on this one. But yeah, I mean, it's not gonna blow you away here. And back then, I was still a kid. I had no concept really of the economical, logistical, governmental restrictions that a park like SeaWorld San Diego faces. All I knew was that Orlando was consistently getting bigger and better roller coasters, and we had our one mid-tier water coaster. You see, SeaWorld San Diego has always had to work within the parameters set forth by the California Coastal Commission. It is this regulatory relationship that perpetually keeps the San Diego park from looking more like Orlando or the Busch Gardens parks. They have to paint all of their big rides essentially sky-colored to try and blend in with the skyline. They have to make sure that only a small percentage of the ride's footprint contains a solid structure that might block the coastal view. And technically, they have a height restriction of only 30 feet here, thus the redundant Manta and Arctic Rescue. As for Electric Eel and Emperor, the park's master plan agreement with the City of San Diego and the Coastal Commission allows for up to 4 exceptions of 160 feet max on a few specific development plots around here at the park. And they've used 2 of them so far, one of which clearly to me they wasted. But that's neither here nor there. So on one hand, they're pretty hamstrung with what types of ride experiences they can bring to the park. And on that side of things, their perceived lack of excitement and intensity is not the fault of leadership at all. It's definitely an element that you can't understand and appreciate when you're a young coaster enthusiast dreaming of having something like Kraken here in San Diego. On the other hand, in their pursuit of working within these restrictions, they have made a couple of really terrible ride investments over the past 7 years. And that directly contributes to the quality of the park today. I'm sure this new jellyfish experience is going to be really dope here, but I'm sure a lot of us know all about what used to be here, what a huge failure that was. But at least they're doing something with the remnants. Looking forward to it. So, you know, when I take a look at the future for SeaWorld here, I really personally don't see what more they can do in the immediate term. Maybe they'll put something back here where Tidal Twister used to be. That's probably the most likely candidate for something new. There was a few aquariums they had to knock down there as well. Also, potentially the parking lot plot behind Emperor. There is some room there. But, you know, you never know. I'll believe it when I see it. Here comes that souvenir photo again. Thank you. But to me, for now, it does look like this version of the park is what we're gonna have for a while here. And when I step back and look at it all, I'm actually pretty stoked on what we have here in Mission Bay. And I realize now how cool it is that we even have all this in the first place. SeaWorld was always originally intended to be nothing more than an aquarium experience. So for someone more interested in an amusement park, traditional roller coaster style experience, it at least provides enough of a vibe nowadays. And that wasn't always the case. You know, for what it is, Emperor is a great roller coaster for this park. I remember when Oblivion at Alton Towers first opened up and just being blown away by the look of that drop and just the dive coaster concept in general. So, you know, if you would have told me back then that eventually something very similar would open here in San Diego, I would have been thrilled with that. So I got love for it. I'm happy it's here. At this point, it's by far my most ridden coaster, and it serves a great purpose for me personally, of just for those days when I'm just fiending to get on a roller coaster, catch that vibe. It's here. I got love for it. I'm happy it's here. I can't hate on Manta either. It's clearly the worst of the 3 Mantas worldwide, but it does have a pretty nice first launch that's enhanced by that overhead projection at the beginning of all the manta rays swimming around you, getting swept up in that current that launches you off. And again, it's an experience that I would have loved to have here growing up. Arctic Rescue and Electric Eel don't personally do it for me, but at least they're not SLCs or something truly awful like that. But you know, this is about as thrilling as it's gonna get here in San Diego at SeaWorld. We're right up against that 160-foot limit here for the couple of exceptions. Can't go much higher or much more thrilling than that, so. For right now, this is what we got, for what it is, better for worse. But at the end of the day, they have worked through a whole lot of controversy, absolutely no continuity in upper level management, and still have managed to churn out some fairly strong rides in the last 15 years. And you know, who knows? As time goes on here and the whole orca component finally phases out here, much for the better, we might actually see the park evolve further in the thrill park direction. And I'm personally rooting for that, and I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing what the next 5, 10, 15 years bring to this park, because I'm looking forward to the day when I can bring my future children here, much like I was brought here as a young kid and still am hanging out here today, appreciating it, because it is a unique place. Right off the water, essentially my backyard growing up, my hometown. I'm pleasantly surprised and hopeful for the future here. And it's a nice place to come kick it. You know, when I first had the idea to make this video, I really thought it was gonna be just a silly look at my mid to low tier home park. But after spending some more intentional time here, exploring, reflecting on the place, I have a newfound appreciation for it. In a pinch, for those days when it's been too long and I just have to get a couple of rides in, I'm happy to pull up here and enjoy what we have. But for me, personally, to truly find what I'm looking for, pushing into the 200-foot range, 300-foot range, serious roller coaster shit, you know? I'm gonna have to get out of town, somewhere where the roller coaster culture is a lot stronger and much more intense. Until then, my name is Trevy James. See you next time.
One time for the underdogs, all the square pegs, never quite fitting in and couldn't care less.